Hey, what's going on, friends? If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is DeAndre Dwight. Welcome to my channel, Soul Impact. If you haven't got a chance to see my first video, go ahead and give that a watch. It's going to give you a clear picture on what you can expect from my channel. Now, after doing some reflecting on that video, I thought it'd be a great idea to create segments. So if you're someone who's struggling with anxiety, this segment is going to be for you. If you're someone who's struggling with depression or someone that wants to know how to heal through trauma, be on the lookout for that. I won't create a segment for everything that I put out. However, the point of the segments is to keep everything structured so you know where to go and you can get the most value out of the videos I put out. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and for everyone, do not forget to hit that notification bell. That way you're notified on any new content that I put out. That being said, let's jump right in. It's important that we all understand what anxiety is. Now, anxiety is distress or unease in the mind, and that's typically fear-based. So there are three different subcategories to an anxiety disorder. There's generalized anxiety, and that is the most common. That would look something like you having trouble sleeping or you having a bunch of thoughts, and that can manifest itself into something physiological such as your heart racing or you feeling like you're gonna throw up. Then there is a panic anxiety disorder, is where you have panic attacks, and those panic attacks can last anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And it might even escalate to the point where you feel like you're gonna die or pass out, right? And then there is social anxiety disorder, which I feel that a lot of people experience on a day-to-day. That may be you being afraid to go to a public setting where there's going to be a group of people and you just get super stressed out by the thought of it, or having to publicly speak in front of a group of 30. I get that, right? These are all different versions of anxiety. It's important to be able to differentiate between the type of anxiety that you're feeling so that way you know where to start. We have to accept that first to make any change. Anxiety isn't all that bad, right? It's important. It's actually vital for us to be able to differentiate between what's danger and what isn't sometimes. There's a lot of other factors that go into play when it comes to that, but let me just paint a picture. You're going on a hike with a bunch of your friends. Beautiful view, you go to look over the edge, and there's about a 20,000 foot drop. Internally, there's a whole lot of shit going on right now. You're like, wow, I'm feeling, your heart's racing, you know, you can't speak, you feel like you're closer to the edge than you actually are, you know, whatever it is. Your body is basically saying, I don't know what type of time you're on, but back the hell up, right? We ain't about to take this leap. This ain't the leap of faith you need to be taking, right? So that's important that we experience that. That way we understand what's important to us, and that's what that is there for. It's important that it doesn't take control of us. Your brain adopts from your experiences, creating new neural pathways. And when you really think about it, whether it was at some point in your childhood or some point in your adulthood, there was a time where you worried consistently, and that worry became a habit, and that habit then had a trigger tied to it, and that trigger tied with that habit then created a physiological response. Now you're creating a new neural pathway, and you're programming yourself to now have anxiety when you're exposed to a situation that resembles something that you've experienced from your past. Now, some may consciously remember what it was. Others may subconsciously have no idea what the hell is going on. The goal is to awaken our prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that controls cognitive decisions. Now, there's something I developed that will be very beneficial if you're someone that wants to embark on this path, and I called it a power-rooted thought. So this tool that you can use, right, whenever you're having a moment of anxiety, or let's just say you had a trigger, think of a power-rooted thought. And what that is, it's a powerful rooted thought that can pull you out of a non-serving mindset. If you have a mindset that is not serving you, which is causing anxiety, you're now moving away from yourself. You're losing your power. We don't want that. We want to take that power back. So develop a powerful rooted thought. Now that might look like you having a motto for yourself. And that motto might be, I have infinite capacity. There's nothing that I can't overcome. This is just a challenge. This is just a moment. I'm going to beat the next moment, right? Whatever it is, whatever that works for you, use it. If a motto is not your thing, think about something that you are passionate about that you can do. Whether that's playing the guitar or singing or dancing, if that's something you love, imagine that in the moment that you're feeling this trigger of anxiety. And don't just imagine it, feel it, vision it, feel it in every cell, because when you're doing this, you're changing your emotion, right? You doing that is creating a new neural pathway. By you creating a new neural pathway, by taking control of your mind, you're literally reprogramming yourself. Now, in my first video, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I talked on something else I developed called the 3 Ps: pause, process, and pivot. This is something that you can use together with the powerful rooted thought. Use both of them, and I'm telling you, you will start to notice some huge progress. We never want to shrink down our world and put ourselves in a box as a result to anxiety, or as a result to anything for that matter. Like, think about it. If someone talked left to you, you weren't happy with the way they treated you, or you felt disrespected, don't shrink yourself into a box. Show them how powerful you are in a healthy way. Okay? Don't take that and then run with your ego. We don't want that. We want to kill the ego. But understand that you have to take your power back, right? You don't want to shrink your world. And you want to figure out steps to take to leave an impact on your life. So I'm going to give you guys a few steps that you can take to have a huge impact on your life, on your journey with anxiety, or maybe something else that you feel that these steps would be beneficial towards. So step 1. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, okay? Literally, we are our own worst critic on a day-to-day basis. I can't tell you how many times I've conversated with people or just been around people and they take a look in the mirror and they're like, damn, I'm ugly. Excuse me? You're ugly? Where? I'm sorry, why are you being so hard on yourself? Because I see nothing but beauty. And if you take a look inside, there's a lot of gems that you're hiding because of your insecurity in your own worth, right? If you have a bad circle, change it. If you have people around you that doesn't support the greater good of you, change it, because that inner talk might have come from somewhere else. And if it came from you, it's time that you change it. Forgive yourself for talking bad to yourself. Forgive yourself for not doing what you should have done yesterday or a minute ago. Who cares? We make mistakes. We're not perfect. Take it easy on yourself. Forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. Start there. Be compassionate. Be loving. All that love you want to give someone else, pour it into yourself. Number 2, free yourself from yourself. You can do this by exposing your hierarchy of fears, right? Now, this is going to look different for everybody. So for somebody, it might be you're afraid of what people think of you. That might be right at the top of your list, right? Number 2 might be publicly speaking. Number 3 might be your body. Number 4 might be the way that you talk, okay? That's gonna look different for everybody, but what it is to you is important. Don't shy away from it, own it. Expose your hierarchy of fears and figure out a way to overcome them. Whatever that might look like. If you need to get a poster and go out in public and hold that outside like, yeah, I care what people think about me, do it. I promise you, it's not gonna be as bad as you think. There are gonna be some compassionate, empathetic, beautiful beings out there that's gonna come up to you, give you a hug, or share an experience with you. Or you might develop some connections, whatever it is, right? It might be you being vulnerable with your family or your friends or your lover. That can help you step out of your shell, out of that box, that world that you shrinked. break it down, break all those walls down and expand yourself. Expose those hierarchy of fears and overcome them. Number 3, reinvent your current internal map. Now, if you're someone who wants to start a business, right, you're gonna have a plan. If you have a goal or a dream, you're gonna have a plan. Without a blueprint, where are you going? Where's your direction? The chances of you succeeding are unlikely, right? Why not have a plan for yourself? Reinvent your current internal map. And the way that you do this is by figuring out something that is more important than your fear. Once you do that, nothing's gonna stop you. So let me paint a picture, right? You're someone that wants to lose weight. Okay, you are afraid of going to the gym because you're worried about what someone's going to think of you. You're worried about not having the right form, or you don't know where to begin. Don't let that stop you. Just imagine for a sec that you went to the gym. 2 months later, 5 months later, you lost 20 pounds, 30 pounds. You look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I look good, right? You look good, smile, right? Imagine what that would feel like. Imagine 30 to 50 years from that day that you chose to change your life. You chose to chase greatness, right? 30, 50 years from now, you have some grandkids and you're able to move around with them because you're mobile, right? You're not out of shape, you're now healthy. You're in a healthy place, right? That is something that you should chase. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on that, because it's there and you can grab it. Remember, the goal is to take your power back so that you can be present in your life, so that you can be here, okay? You want to be here, you want to be present. That way, when you're having experiences with your family or your friends or the person that you love, you're present. And I know this can be hard sometimes because of how life is and how we get stuck in the 9 to 5, or we get lost because we feel like we're not chasing our passion, and those thoughts can become anxious, or you don't know what your direction is, or you don't know where you're going, and the thoughts just keep running and racing through your head like this, right? With how I'm expressing it out loud, slow down, be present. You know your path, and if you don't know it yet, you do, you're just not aware of it yet. You just got some work to do, and that's all right. Nothing worth having comes easy, but you got this. Remember, nothing can hold us back but us. We are always our own worst enemy. We have to realize that we're divinely made, right? We're divinely made. We have infinite capacity. There's nothing you can't do. Nothing. Take your power back. Remember, neuroplasticity, look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. Neuroplasticity, you can rewire your brain, right? That means that anything that you're currently experiencing, there's hope for you to change. There's hope for you to progress. There's hope for you to find your passion. Friends, ask yourselves, if you were to apply anything you learned here in today's video, how would your life change? That's all for today's video, guys. Be on the lookout for episode 2. Next week, Sunday, I will be discussing different herbs that you can use to overcome anxiety. These are herbs to help supplement and assist you on the process. That way your journey can be that much easier. And for those of you that are new to the channel, feel free to check out my Instagram page, SoulXImpact. There I go over different home workout videos with everything surrounding the virus and everything going on right now. I think it's very important that we stay active. That way we stay in shape, because that literally can manifest into different areas of our life. If we're good there, we're good everywhere, for the most part. Right? We have other work to do. But follow me there. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that like button if you haven't. Hit that bell so you're notified on all the new content I put out. And like I always say, stay ready.